Ladies and gentlemen, we may very well be looking at the future of bodybuilding in Nick Walker and Derek Lunsford. That's my Mean Gene Okerlund impression. Anyway, these guys, the future is so bright that it's ridiculous, as the young people say. Ridiculous. Nick Walker got third best in the world. Derek Lunsford got second. Could you imagine how happy it is in his household? Could you imagine? I mean, come on. These two guys, I believe Nick's 28, I believe Derek's 29. So these guys have years ahead of them. And depending on what Hattie Chupin does, you never know. These two guys might be the first feud in Olympia history where a title gets changed back and forth. Could you imagine the future of these guys? Nick wins the title one year, Derek wins the next. Maybe Derek wins a couple, Nick gets it back, wins a couple. Hey, that would be exciting, wouldn't it? Be the first time ever, actually. Let's go through these shots because this is worth doing, guys. Nick got third, Derek got second, so these guys were back to back. And dare I say, the top 5, top 6 was so close. Now, Nick lost. Why did he lose? And that's kind of a better way to do these. I guess for me, the pressure's off. But I'm not going to sugarcoat it. If I think Nick won, I'm going to tell you. Nick is not winning the front double bicep pose altogether, but he is winning certain aspects, like the arm, bicep, tricep separation. Separation in the abs is great, although I do prefer the vacuum shot for Derek Lunsford. Derek needs a little more size, I think, on the wheels, which is surprising because he put on acres of size, but I mean his upper body ballooned up too. I mean, this guy put on some size. Now here is the finals. Now, did you see that? Nick, his midsection, little bit fuller, maybe slightly less sting in the shot. Very close, though, very close. He probably had a little bit to eat, maybe to carb up, but you could see his midsection was a little bit stuck out a little bit more here for the finals. And Derek, I think maybe his vacuum, he's sucking his vacuum in a little bit tighter, I think, for the finals. But altogether, if you look at the wheels, he's not as separated as he was at the prejudging. Now, the front lat spread, this is a shame. These are terrible shots, guys, and I'm sorry. There was no close-up shot of Nick Walker in the front lat. He was just not hitting it. But I think it's a saving grace. You can see Ramalama Ding Dong, Ramrod. That's hilarious. See him in the center there. I'd give Derek the win between him and Nick anyway. Turn to the side. Sizing, not that difficult because there was, pictures of these guys. Nick stands taller in certain shots like this side chest, but Derek is as wide as a bus. Look at that. And I was shocked too when they were standing next to each other how wide Derek is. But if you look close, Nick does have the edge in the conditioning of the upper body, but the lower body, Derek looks incredible. Here's the finals. Maybe slightly less separation once again for Derek. And probably just as good for Nick. Maybe not. Nick looks angry in the shot. He was on. Both of these guys were on. Definitely. So it's actually size for Derek here versus maybe slightly more separation in the upper body for Nick. Close in the side tricep too. Very close. I'd probably go with Nick because of the midsection. This is a topsy-turvy. I'm giving points to Derek because of the size and points to Nick Walker because of the midsection. Are you kidding me? Now, Derek does have a small waistline. You can't deny that. But Nick's bellies, baby please, is full of separated abs. They're divorced. They have restraining orders against each other. Yeah, that's right. I went there. Turn around. Let's see who's winning from behind. And I'd give this to Derek. I'd give it to Derek, not because of the conditioning, because he does have separation in those glutes that Nick doesn't. But take a close look, guys. Nick is hard as granites, baby please, Louis Marco reference. But his back, it's just not as good as Derek's. Seems to be Similar condition, similar hardness, density, but Derek's, it's drawn out much better. It's like those kids that couldn't draw growing up. I mean, I was quite an artiste myself, so, no good at the other classes, but I thought these children were, not that intelligent because they couldn't draw. And then I'd fail all the other classes. But anyway, enough about my personal life, my personal thoughts and opinions on intelligence. Rear double by. I might give this one to Nick. I was giving the lat to Derek, but geez Louise, is this close. Nick has an edge in the arms, for sure. You can see that. Derek Lunsford will never have those guns. But geez, like I said, geez Louise, it's a close shot. Here's the finals, and Derek was not as good. You can see that. His wheel's not as hard and grainy, although in the arms, the delts actually look slightly more separated here for Derek. Could be the lighting? Maybe not. I'd still give both rear doubles. And here you can see the conditioning. It's more drastic here for an advantage to Nick Walker. So Nick was actually better in the finals. Interesting. Indeed. Here's the abs and thigh, and again a terrible shot. Rammy, his midsection, too much rice. Nick was eating too. You can see his midsection. Now Derek, I did give him this criticism. He needs more separation in those abs. Now food for thought. Here's Derek. And here's what I mean, guys. He's great as is, but watch this. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine this Derek Lunsford right here? Wow. Sure, somebody will let us know. Some expert will let us know whose abs these belong to. I'll give you a hint. It's Hattie Shupin. Here's the most muscular to finish this one off. Nick's a beast. He's huge. Probably harder, grainier. Scratch that. He is, guys. Look at the wheels, separation, things of that nature. He's a mastodon. But that overall shape of Derek Lunsford, he is surprisingly huge. At his height, he's just as wide as anybody else up there. But like I said, hard and graininess, that can matter too. But along with that shape comes aesthetics as well. So Derek has the edge in that. Aesthetics, proportions, symmetry, the whole 9 yards. And then the finish with the crab position, most muscular. And if you do not realize, this is an Arnold Schwarzenegger impression. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I've been known to do an impression or two. I can also do Homer J. Simpson, Barney Campbell.
Barney the big purple dinosaur.
Carol Withers, man. Jay Cutler. My name is Rocky Balboa. Kermit the Frog. And then ease into you people. But Mark's Max Muscle, why don't you just judge this match? Again, Derek's structure, he reminds me of a Brandon Curry. He's just surprisingly wide. That clavicle. I mean, Nick almost, I don't want to call him narrow. None of these guys are narrow. They're all buses. And no, Nick's not a brick. He's a brick. Ow. Wow. He has that separation. Look, guys, Nick, he has it over Derek, for sure. Any old day of the week. And keep in mind, the crab is from the finals, so Derek, even less separation. But from behind, he still maintained that just outstanding condition. And he has the aesthetics, he has the symmetry, kind of beating around the bush here. Mathematically, he probably has an edge, winning the front lat for sure. Winning the abs and thigh, I would say. Close. A lot of the other shots were close. Personally, guys, I might even go with Nick, but let's not make a fool out of myself today. I see where the judges are coming from. It was, like I said, the symmetry, the proportions, the aesthetics that won it for Derek. If Nick had won, I would be telling you it's because of the muscle separation, the sheer size. The muscularity of this dude is very impressive. And the traps are bigger too. Hit thumbs up, guys. That's part of your You Pick Tuesday lineup. Have a great one.